Hello everyone, welcome to Helen's Little Lottie. My name's Helen. Welcome to my little allotment in the corner of my garden of Northamptonshire. It's a bit of a dull day today. We're now towards the end of July and finally on summer holidays. For those of you that don't know, I'm a teacher and the little Lottie has absolutely come into life. So I'll talk you through it. So I think the most important thing, and the first thing to show you, is this pumpkin archway, which is absolutely mad. These were meant to be Jack Little mini pumpkins. They're not. So yeah, these little pumpkins, which are out absolutely massive, I'm now supporting. So I'm using like cut up old tights to support them. Now I think the other one you can see is potentially this one here. There's also another big one up here and here. I'll show you those in a minute. So I'm having to support them with tights because I'm so worried about them being too big on the branches. Now, I know that I planted, I know that I planted and I grew what were meant to be Jack Littles. So don't quite know what's happened. But I seem to have 1, 2, 3, 4 giant ones, or normal sized pumpkins, which are slowly now mottling. They've gone from sort of the solid green, which is more what this one is. These are now starting to mottle a little bit, which says to me they're going to term. But I don't have any that are even remotely normal size. They're just massive, or they're non-existent, which is absolutely crazy to me. I don't know what's happened. So hopefully you can see these okay. But yeah, I'm having to support them with these tights, but they're starting to mottle a bit now. But even all the way up the top, there's no other pumpkins. There just aren't. There's just these giant ones. Now my pumpkin patch, I do have a lovely big pumpkin actually growing. Hopefully you can see that. Looking absolutely amazing. Needs a bit more fresh hay put down. But other than that, looking absolutely amazing. There's a little one growing there. I don't think there's any others actually growing though. Any other yeah, no, that's it. So I've got 2 pumpkin plants here and they're the only ones that are actually growing. This is my biggest one. But this one resembles the same size as the others. I don't know what I've done this year. I don't know. Who knows what's happened? But I'm so excited because I thought I might get one, if I was lucky, like one Halloween pumpkin, and I'm going to get loads. So, why not? Out the way, what are you doing? Now the other fantastic thing is that I've been picking bits when I've wanted a bit of a harvest. So I've taken the odd carrot out, a few carrots when I've needed it, potatoes. I haven't touched the onions yet, and I don't know if I've got any onions under there, to be perfectly honest. So I'm going to pull some of them out. What can you smell? What can you smell? I've got a few more potatoes I want to harvest. I've got a cauliflower I want to harvest, and there's a little bit of tidying up that needs doing. So it was quite funny. Just the other day, my husband came out here and said, I think it's all got a bit out of hand. Because I don't think he had any idea how much I was planning on growing in this small space. But it is extraordinary. So yeah, I'm going to do a bit of harvesting today as well. So there's actually bits of grass and things now growing. I don't know how you can see me, sorry. There's now bits of grass and things growing in amongst all these onions, and I honestly don't think I've got any onions in here. So these are white onions. They're the Sturtons. They were grown as sets. There might be the odd red baron in there, possibly. But to be honest, I just want to pull them up now, and I might put a second set in or use this as another set I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this section yet, but I do want to just see what I've got in here. They don't look particularly successful. I think it was a mixture of, I probably just put them too deep to grow, and also possibly overwatered them. I just don't think this has been successful at all. Some of them really aren't much bigger than when I put the sets in. Yeah, it's just not, this just has not been successful. Well, that one's okay. Not great though. So we've got some onions. Now I quite like to have a few vegetables for this evening for dinner. So once I've had a little bit of a tidy up, I'm going to have some fun harvesting some bits and pieces as well. So right now I'm going to go and put these onions in the greenhouse. They can just dry off a bit. The bigger ones, the smaller ones, I'll put back in the compost bin. And then we'll get down to a little bit more tidying up. Something went to foul. So a little bit of truth time. My broccoli, my cauliflower and my Brussels sprouts have been absolutely ravaged by what cauliflower, butterfly, cabbage, butterfly, whatever the hell they're called, the big white things you keep flying around. This is their party. This is where they hang out, because I haven't covered anything because I'm an idiot. So because everything started growing so well, I do have, I'll bring you down so you can see, I do have the eggs everywhere, which is just brilliant. It's not brilliant. It's not brilliant at all. So I'm going to have to go through and just try and wipe off everything I can, really. But as you can see, like, everything's eaten. Eaten. This is broccoli that somehow went to seed because I wasn't quick enough to do it. Little bits left that I'll harvest. Basically, these just need a bit of a clear up. Obviously, that needs to be taken. We've got a few rotten leaves down the bottom. I don't know if you can see the sort of the yellowy ones down there. So all that needs to be sorted. Right, so corn is doing amazing, and I'm so pleased with it. And I was looking at last night how you actually tell if corn is ready to harvest or not. And apparently, once these bits that I can't remember what they're called die back, if you can open it slightly and then give it like a little squeeze, and if something about a clear liquid comes out. There's a butterfly, butterflies. Sod off. If you've got like a clear liquid that comes out, it's okay. And if it's like a milky water, a milky kind of substance, then it's not. I don't think these are ready at all, for what it's worth. To the point where I don't think I can even unwrap them to find out. So to me, that says they're not ready, because you should be able to unpeel them slightly to check. And I can't do that yet with mine. They're amazing, but they're still quite soft, so I don't think that's right to pick them. Now, I don't know if how well you can see this, but there is I think it's a blackberry vine that always grows through from the little alleyway that's behind. It's an unused alleyway, but it always grows through. It goes through in 2 or 3 different places. So I'm going to go and get my gloves on, and I'm going to try and cut it down into pieces. And then, to be honest, all I do is I just chuck it back over into the alleyway, because it's not a used place. But it's starting to come through the strawberries now. It's down the bottom, and I'm pretty sure it's over by the peas as well in the corner. So I need to get those. I think I need some to support you, because you're a bit like Leanie Lunison. Yeah, might have to do something there. One thing at a time, one thing at a time. So yeah, I'm going to go and get my gloves, because I was just going to do it like this, and that's a death trap. So I'm going to go get some gloves. Okay, so the other thing is the tomato plants have got a little bit out of hand, which is fine. I've got this one that I actually bought, which is the ananas. Hasn't produced anything, like anything, which is kind of crazy. So I'm going to just take off some of the side shoots. And maybe that will encourage something, but there isn't anything growing on them. Just isn't anything growing. There's a few going on the one that I bought. Nothing I need there. But I didn't buy this one. This one was just from the seeds from a shop bought tomato plant, which is incredible. But I'm going to take off the side shoots where clearly nothing is growing, and hopefully that might encourage it to put a bit more effort into the bits it is growing. Come on up, you come. You're not doing anything, and you're not doing anything, and you're not doing anything. I think I should be doing this much sooner, like as soon as the side shoots appear. Well, you've had a bit of a haircut now, haven't you? Right, you can stand back up. You're all right. So that's all that cut back. Where are you from? So you're still this one, so I just need to lean you over a little bit. There we go. There was a sunflower at the back there. There's a bit of a dead sunflower here, which I think is ready to come down now. Peas are doing really well. I've got a few peas I want to harvest as well, which is great. But now, so I know I keep turning away, just keep looking at all the things I've got to do. But now I'm going to start working on this section at the back. So I've got, I want to say broccoli at the back here. Yeah, broccoli. Then I've got Brussels sprouts. Then I've got some cauliflower. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of trim them up a little bit, because I've got lots of them leaning over anyway. The one that's flowered needs to come down. It just needs a general tidy up, and then I can also get to my peas as well. I'm going to move my sunflowers, because there's some sunflowers in the way. I'm actually going to put them outside the greenhouse for whenever the sun decides to shine ever again. So that's what I'm going to do now. like to think that makes a difference. I'm not sure. I'm just going to trim off some of these parsnip leaves that are a bit ridiculous. I can actually come past so I can actually see things. What are you doing? Oh. Right. I think what I'm going to do now is get rid of all of this. Get rid of all of this and have a little bit of harvest, because that's the fun part. That's the fun of it in this mad tiny little corner of my world. A couple of weeks ago, I decided I wanted a few new potatoes for dinner. So I literally just dug in and grabbed a few that I could feel. But I haven't actually properly emptied this to see what's in it. So that's what I'm going to do now. Jesus. Yep, so still a few more. Which is awesome. Right. Where have you gone? I saw you. Right. These got very, very wet with all the rain. I mean, for the potatoes, it is actually really good for them to have lots of rain. Another one. These have all perked back up and coming back to life, which is amazing. So I'll put back what I don't need as I go through and find potatoes. So there were just a handful left in there, but that's absolutely fine. That's perfect for me for dinner. And everyone else can share in the vegetables, which was lovely. So that, I think, is a successful harvest. Now, I think that'll be it for today. Thank you for watching and looking at the giant pumpkins. Any advice as to what else I can do with them, let me know. Thank you for everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.